sometime last week I got up in the morning and I stay in an RV, and one of the side compartments to the RV was open. And so I asked other people on the property, like, hey, why would you open the side compartment on the RV? And they were like, I didn't do it. So, it's like, okay, which is really strange because it was closed, and I know it was closed because God brought it to my attention the other day when I was putting up, there was a wind that came through, and I was putting up there was some buckets. There's some buckets over there laying on the ground, and I don't want them flying away, so I put them up underneath the RV, and I had stacked them into each other and threw it up underneath the RV, which was right where that compartment was at. The compartment was closed. They've been closed for, days or whatever. I haven't been in there in a while. And then the next day I closed it, and so the next day I got up, and the other compartment right next to it was open, which goes into where the generator's at and stuff. So I asked them again, like, hey, why are these compartments open? It's 2 days in a row. So, I'm going to do some things around here to ensure that these things are better watched, because they're basically letting me know that they're around and, they're doing things, which doesn't scare me. It's actually interesting to be alive right now, because as much as God has saved me from these guys, it just makes me think, like, wow, what supernatural thing is going to happen next? Because I know God didn't bring me this far to, just leave me out there high and dry. But there was 2 compartments open, and then the following day when we were digging that hole, which, matter of fact, let me go over here and show you, because we were digging this hole, and in the process, see that pretty girl? She's such a doll. She's always messy. She always gets dirty, and there goes Pip trying to get somebody on the back end. But we were down here digging this hole, and a Facebook post has me talking to the guy about what we were doing in the hole. So they recorded this video while, I don't know, there's red on the screen, so I'm kind of like, because my phone was sitting over there, and we were in here talking. At some point, I did pick up my phone from over there, and I had to move it, because you see, we got a huge ravine here, and we've got to get these things back together, so, because the cord and stuff. So anyways, that video was posted on my Facebook, and there's nothing like damning, because it's not like I'm doing anything wrong. I don't have anything to hide or whatever, so it's not as if they posted something that I'm like, oh my gosh, like, that looks bad on me, or any, I ain't worried about that. But the fact that they did it, and then it just after them having opened my compartments 2 nights in a row, and I've been finding it weird, like, for about the last 2 weeks, I was struggling to sleep at night, like something's going on, and I just hear things, and so I have to get up. The dogs are always like uneasy, start barking, going crazy, and so I have to, I'll get up and I'll let him out real quick, and look at him. This guy here sees everything. He's a good guard dog. He's a really good dog. But you see him, he's like, yeah, I've actually got him pretty good to where he normally goes so crazy he'll start foaming at the mouth, but he's not. it's because I've kind of trained him to, it'll be okay as long as he doesn't come on this side of the fence, so he's waiting on it. But they are good dogs, and they pick up on everything. So, at night, they'll start going a little nuts. And so I'll let them out. Like, let's see what's going on. A couple times I think it might have been rabbits or something of that nature. So every time they do it, I'm just like, come on, guys, just lay down. If nobody comes in that door, we're good, type thing. But, I just felt like recording that, putting it out there. I don't have nothing to hide. And but I'm not scared, and I wanted to make that known that I'm not scared. I do hear what they're doing, I know that them doing this was strategic. It was a way to let me know, like, hey, look, because they do things to make it like, I'm around, and I'm doing these things. Like, I don't talk about this stuff much because I've been targeted a long time, and they do strange stuff. Everywhere I move into, they dig a section of the ground out, and it's shocking to me that they do this everywhere I move. And they haven't done it here yet, but I have seen, since I've been here, 2 separate occasions where police were lined up right here on this road, and they had like an investigation thing going on back. This happened 2 or 3 times. I thought it was kind of strange, but then I'm like, well, maybe something happened and they truly are investigating something. We were told that somebody got shot not too far up the road, and that they were doing the investigation back through here. Now whether that be true or not, I don't know, but I do know that these nefarious activities, they make them seem, like they're normal. And when they're out of place to someone, I know that some people would be like, well, like, oh, maybe you're just feeling that way and it's nothing. But because I've been through this for so long, I not only see a pattern, a recognizable pattern, but it always ends up getting so bad, like the situations start amping up, and they get so bad I have to leave. I just can't even stay around anymore because it becomes really dangerous. And at least that's how I feel. But they always want me to run, and I'm not running. So, if I don't care how deep it gets anymore. Like, I really don't. You guys know I show you where I'm at. I leave my location on anymore. You guys know where I'm at all times. And while other people may think that there's a form of psychosis that is causing me to experience certain situations and then overthink them, or maybe attribute them to something that it shouldn't be attributed to. No, God had told me a long time ago to record in real time. I don't know what that means. I really don't know how to do it. I have a very boring life. And so recording stuff just doesn't really naturally seem to be the fitting thing to do. But I guess being obedient is a more important thing. So here's to me being obedient. Here's to me, just bringing it out and kind of highlighting and talking about it, because before, stuff like this would cause me to get the bubble guts, and I'd be uneasy, and I would feel confused and like, what should I do, because they're telling me they're here and I just don't want to deal with these people, yada yada yada. But I don't have the same feelings anymore. I actually low-key think to myself, what's gonna happen? Because this is gonna be kind of exciting. Now, I could literally my imagination runs wild. I can't help but thinking, like, of someone trying to do something to me, and then, you know, like I'm just standing there and the ground opened up and swallows people. Like, I literally think about stuff like that because it's the power of God, you know. I've walked away from people trying to unalive me. Not once, not twice, not 3 times. Like, more than 5 times. And very serious situations. Very serious situations. But anyways, but I'm getting older, man. And running and trying to, you know, stay away from certain things is, yeah, I don't see myself doing that anymore. Let's face this head on. Let's see where this goes, you know. And I'm going to talk about it. Going to, every time I see something strange, I'll go ahead and upload it, record it, put it out there. I used to take my posts down because they've done this to me a lot, where they post things that I didn't post or whatever. That's why I say on my social media, like, if you guys see something questionable, would you tag me in it? Because I want to make sure, you know, they're not saying anything that shouldn't be said or whatever. And someone did tag me the other day, said, what? Like, what's going on here? And I've listened to, I'm like, my goodness, they were recording us I was in the ditch. And we were talking about something with a line. I have no idea what we were talking about, but, and then they posted it to social media, and the line that they wrote was, all whores deserve clemency, or even whores deserve clemency, something like that. Was that supposed to be offensive to me? Because it's not. It isn't. Anyways, you know, I pray for you. Whoever you are, I know you guys are watching. I know that you guys are laughing and you're thinking, well, nobody sees me. You're wrong. You're wrong. God sees you, man. That's the thing. You guys think you run around, you try to justify yourselves and trying to say, oh, God's fairy tale and blah, 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 blah. Look at my testimony. Like, how long have y'all been trying to unalive me, man? And I'm still here by the grace of God. Like, the way you guys have tried to unalive me, the fact that I walked away from those scenarios, that's evidence right there that God's real, because that's who saved me. Y'all know it was impossible situations. My baby girl's got the zoomies. But anyways, more power to you. You know, I know. I feel like some way, though, in the back of my head, I keep getting this impression that you guys are now beginning to see what I'm talking about, what I was talking about in terms of infrastructure and stuff, and it's got you guys in an upheaval. Because you know very well, you're like, wait a minute, she was right. So that means we've been advancing the plans of someone that's basically coming in going to try to unalive me too. So, hey, you know, it is what it is. I'm praying for you guys because, you know, like, I ain't trying to hold on to my life at all. And I don't pretend like I'm some holy roller and that, you know, I'm a work of perfection. Jesus is. He's the perfect one. And he's got a perfect plan. And I just put my trust in him. So, whatever you guys got up your sleeves, I know one thing's for sure. You can't stop the ground from opening up. You can't. You just can't. And they're opening the bottomless pit. And if you haven't read Joel 2 and Revelation 9 to know what's coming, boy, Joel said all men's faces would gather blackness. Why do you say that? I think it's because y'all are going to be scared. Scared as heck. I don't like bugs myself, but I've been praying that I don't move when they come out. That I stand firmly planted on the rock. Because he's been prepping me for 5 years about those things coming out of the ground. And I kind of get the jitters thinking about it. But I believe God. I believe what he says. And I have made him my habitation. So even in all of my imperfectness, I trust him. So anyways, to God be the glory. because that's who's protecting me, and I know it.